We're live.
We are live. All right. Well, so today we're going to finish up. Let me put it here. We're going to finish up this guy right here. Now, they're coming for you, man. They're coming for you. Ragnar's coming for you. Ragnarok. The airbrush, we'll use the airbrush just to lay down the primary colors. Like when you lay down here, whatever color you're going to lay down. What color you guys are going to do this is totally up to you, but I'm going to lay down a dark brown as my base. And then I'm going to go in with a dark green, just splattering of it. And then from there, I'll start working the colors because I want this more of a darker rather than a lighter color. And then the let me get it over here. Excuse me. The tombstone, I have 4 different colors here, and I haven't figured it out. I might go with that's a shiny bone, that's sand. I might go with this here. I've got a gray sear, almost like a grayish paint. You can mix your own up if you want. Hey, Jeff, Rick Zink, Josh. So I'm going to go with this color, and then whatever, and then I'll this is a gray. You can go with a gray or whatever stone you guys have. And then from there, I'm going to knock it down with some inks, like shadows and stuff, and then put some moss on the bottom. For the grass, it'll be greens, yellows, just a hint of magenta in certain spots, but a lot of fluorescent colors. So that's what I'm going to do. No black, but browns, greens, yellows, and gray. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to mix up before I do anything. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start airbrushing the base. Let me switch my camera around. Excuse me. So there, I'm going to move this light out of the way. Get my camera situated here. There we go. Get the light right there. So there's the base. He's going to sit, of course. Now, I'm not going to glue mine to the base because this has got to be shipped out. So I don't want to take the chance of the UPS breaking it by banging it around. So when he goes out, he's going to go out like this. And then the person that owns it now will, all you'll have to do is drop it right into these 2 things. You can use part epoxy, or you could use some CA glue, to glue it down. Same thing with the arms won't be glued down. I'll later on, I'll go in and I got to establish a little bit more metal highlights that I knocked down when I kept hitting it with the mat. But other than that, he's done. So I'm going to use my Patriot 105. You better believe, man, I tore this thing apart today because I've been using a lot of ink through it. The ink has if you don't clean it right away, it has a tendency of drying up in your nozzle. So make sure I get the feel of my airbrush again. Let me move my tea out of the way. Now, like I said, I'm going to go in with this dark brown. This is from Badger Stynylrez. This is a red-brown primer. If any of you guys, here, let me get the website here up. And I found out there's a couple guys didn't know this. So I want to make sure that USA Airbrush.
I bought stuff there last week.
I have a code, so
I was like, what do you mean you got it? What do you mean you got a code?
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna let me put this link in the chat. Everything, all your primers, your airbrushes, whatever you need, I get it from here. Now, if you go to USA Airbrush, the code at the end, you'll save 10% if you use this code. Red Dragon. If you use Red Dragon at checkout, you'll save 10% on your order. Okay, let me put a glove on here because I don't want a handful of. It's already all full of paint. Made sure I went upstairs and got my painting pants on because yesterday I got paint on my good pants and I didn't want my wife cracking my skull. So like I said, I'm going to go with a darker color to begin with. Then I'll lay down my stone color on the rocks and then we'll go in from there. So this is the way. I'll make sure I got that shook up real good. Whatever color you're going with, lay down your darkest first. At least that's what I do, unless you guys do it the other way. I'll make sure I get a paper towel here. Change the screen, and we'll be good to go. There. Get my glasses on. So now on the edge here, if you want to keep that black, you can always go over that with black paint if you get any overspray. So don't really worry about the edges here. You know, if you get it on there, you can always touch it up. Or if you want the whole base to be brown, whatever your base color is, that's fine too. I tend to leave a little black stripe there, you know, so it's up to you what you want. So now here I'm going to go in, start laying down my dark base. And right now I need to bring that up because I'm too low now because I lowered it. So I'm about 30 PSI for the Stylo Res. I'm not worried about overspray because I can touch up the edge here later. Just want to make sure I get a good coverage with this dye. I don't want to saturate it, but I want to get a good coverage on there because this is where everything else is going to be laid on top of this brown. The greens, the yellows, the sand color, it'll all be laid on top of this. I want to make sure I got like even here where I don't have that. I used for that texture instead of the AK stuff, which you can use, the Vallejo stuff you can use, the MIG stuff you can use. I use this resin sand. I got it at Hobby Lobby, but Steve said he couldn't find it. But if you look it up on Amazon, you guys can find that. That's what I use for texture. But Steve used was it a gesso, Steve? You're muted.
It's a matte gel.
Yeah, he used the matte gel. Did it dry after you took some of it off?
Yes. And
Good.
I used some of this little sand you can buy.
Yeah, you mixed it into it, came out, and you basically made your own. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty much dry.
So I'm just making sure that there's a little overlap here where the base meets the stone. And I want to make sure, or the dirt, and I want to make sure I get all of that because it'll look out of place if you don't. So I'll come in. I'm shooting on an angle. So there's my base coat right there. I'll clean my airbrush out. sure I wash out my airbrush with my cleaner. Now I've been making this for many years, since the 80s. But I have a video up on it, and there's one thing in that video I didn't put in there was I add a cap full of ammonia to this. I didn't put it in the video because I didn't want to be, I didn't want people coming after me. Oh, you got ammonia in there. But if you look at talking to some of the people like for Spectre, Tex, for Ken, at Badger, and a few other people, there's ammonia in your airbrush cleaners and some harsher chemicals. Ammonia will not hurt your airbrush. It won't pull the paint off of you, the plating off. It won't do that. Now, if you sit there and you let it sit in ammonia for a month, of course, it's going to ruin it. But you can run straight ammonia through your ammonia. When you take your airbrush into like say Badger to clean it, you're using an ammonia mixture to clean it. Ammonia will not hurt your airbrush. It's a really good acrylic paint cleaner. Just make sure you flush it. You don't want to.
Plus, the seals can handle it nowadays.
Oh yeah, now you got these Teflon seals. Unless you're buying a really super cheap Chinese airbrush, now you got seals now that'll handle it. Even the earlier Teflon seals were a little iffy, but now they're to the point where they got them perfected, and yeah, it'll handle it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
like that Glass Plus is real hard to find, so I use Windex.
Yeah,
Windex has ammonia in it. Yep.
I couldn't find any. I found some windshield washer because I like to buy it in a gallon.
Right.
But it had that winter mix, and I don't
have this at Walmart now. That's ammonia free glass cleaner.
Yeah.
So it's all about it's if you the breathing is the problem. Some people just don't want to breathe it in, so they go out and they buy like an industrial, a brand name airbrush cleaner, not realizing that there is ammonia in that. Maybe not a lot, but if you're making 500 mil, you drop a capful on there, you really don't smell it. All right, so now that I got that in there, I'm done with the airbrush. So that gets put away. Oh no, I'm not. My bad. I gotta get the rocks. All right, let me man, I got so much stuff on this table, man. It's starting to irk me. Once I'm done today, I'm gonna clear this out because I've got a couple other projects. Guys, when we're done with this, for those of you watching, we're going to start working on this beast right here. This pretty girl. This is La Chata.
La Chata.
Yeah, we're going to start working on her. So this we'll probably start this sometime the next one, or maybe the next Saturday, depending on, because we got to wait for somebody to get theirs. If they get theirs, they clean it, they prime it in time, we'll do it Saturday. If not, we'll wait till the next Saturday. But it's because this is going to be fun to paint. There's going to be some airbrushing, but a lot of brush painting on this one, especially on the snake in that hat.
Can you put a list of paints we need?
I'm going to sit down and put what I'm going to use or what would be good.
Okay.
Everybody's got their own taste, but I'm going to put down the paints that I'm going to use. And then you guys can go from there. I mean, like Jerry's got his own selection of paints. I'm sure that Steve does. And I know Michael has some of the ones because I think we talked about it. Didn't we, Michael, about the paints you're going to need for this? For the Chata?
We?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I'll put up a photo. I'll put up a photo of everything I'm going to use and then a list of what I'm going to use. Sim Racer, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? All right. So I'm going to mix up a little bit of this. You know what? I'm going to go with a darker color. So I'm going to go with this is like a sand color. So I'm going to use this for my base on my rocks, and on my tombstone.
What color?
I'm
is
gonna
that?
go over that. I'll go over that, dry brushing it with some of this. This is a gray. You know, you can use a gray, but this is like a it's like a light brown. You know, you can use a light brown. That's what I'm using. Or you can use where's it at? I had it. Terminus stone, or if you got, I don't know. Michael, do you have Ubishanti bone?
Shaki
Me?
bone. I got
No.
more gas bone.
What color is it?
That's sort of a. I don't know. Can you tell? Sort of a brown.
Yeah, you could use that
Yeah.
as your that'll be good as your top coat. You want to that'll be perfect. All right, so that's earth. Yeah, I'll go with this here. This is called Talaran sand, so it's a light brown. Or you know what? I'm gonna mix my own brown up, so I'm gonna use a. Shit. Give me a minute. I always do this, you know. I make up my mind at the last minute of what I'm doing. I'm sorry, guys.
You're not the only one.
I thought I had it in front of me, and I don't. Where is it? Okay, here it is. And then where's my other one? All right. I'm just gonna go in. I have what they call a wolf gray, so that's like a gray with a little darker than this. See, that's looks like it's got a drop of blue into it. This is called wolf gray from Vallejo Game Air. Then this is going to this gray here is going to be my highlight base. So there we go. I got my little skull here from my buddy there. Sent me a bunch of these, so this is where my thinner's in. I'm not going to use the Sotar just yet. So I always put a little thinner in first so that paint doesn't sit inside the well there. If you're asking me how many drops I got in there, I have no idea. I just put it in. Do I have a Discord? No, sir, I don't. I do not have a Discord, Sim. Mikey, you got Hobby Mike in the house. This is again, it was printed by NY3D Creations for us. We're going to be doing a bust, another bust for Christmas. We'll get around to that later when the time's right. I'll discuss that. All right. So I'm going to come in and just build it up from the center. Kind of leave some of those shadows. See? Yep. And just lightly mist right around where the shadow is, but I want some of that darkness there. I'll do a little highlight here. Just come in like that. The same thing with the edges. I'm going this way. I'm not straight on it. I'm on an angle when I'm shooting that corner. Just like that. Come over here, do the same thing in the back. Start in the center. Go all the way up. I'm going in little circles as I'm going up. I'm not just staying. If you see my hand, it's moving in small little circles. Now, right in the corners, I just missed it in there so it doesn't look so black in there. It's got a little shadow. You see that? I'll come in the center here, get a little dark, lighter. And then again, on an angle, get those corners. And then Remember when you're airbrushing, guys, when you pull back, don't just let go. Bring it back with your finger and then let go. Because if you don't, you end up, when you're back here and you stop your stream and you let it go and let that slam forward, you end up with a bunch of paint on the tip of that needle. So when you go like this, you get the boogers. So now here, just lightly, I'm not flooding it, I'm just building it up.
Using the gray on that?
Yeah, this is the gray that I used.
Okay.
This is a wolf gray, yeah. The darker. You can mix a darker gray and then go with a lighter gray for your highlights.
Right.
Because that other gray is more of a stone look, but this is just my base. And then, so there's that. So you see, I didn't blow up that black, and I just lightly misted it in there. You see that?
Yeah.
So Audrey, when you do yours, when you spray that, remember, stay in the middle, lightly mist it. You come in, little circles, but if you want that shadow, just pull back and just a light mist, but you don't want to lose that shadow. You see that, how I kept the shadow there? You do it on both ends. Same thing here. You come in the center and you see how I'm moving back? I go in and then I move back. Whoop, go in, move back, move back, move back. And there's still paint coming out when I'm moving back. But by moving back, you get more of a spread. All right, there's the tombstone. Now I'll get the stone here. Very light. I'm just putting a light coat down first. I'm just barely letting that paint come out. Again, don't worry about any overspray because you're going to cover all that up.
Come on in, Buttercup.
Uh-oh, the kitty came out, huh? He wants to know he says, Dad, what you doing, Pops?
I'm putting epoxy in a little snake hand. Look at the door. Hold on, let me open it, please.
See, I'm starting to build up my little highlight there. That's not going to stay that color, but that's where my paint, when I put it on there, because it's lighter, it's gonna show up a little lighter. So just want to make sure that everywhere I laid this down to what I want. That's it. Now I'll clean this out, and I'm going to switch airbrushes. So let me clean this out, clean this airbrush out, because I'm done with the Patriot. While I'm doing that, so Audrey's teaching Steve. She's like, "Look, Pops, I can do this." So I'll clean this airbrush out, get that paint out of there. Because I'm not gonna, I don't foresee myself using this again. I just want to make sure that I don't have any paint in there. See, when you think you clean them, you don't. Do a little blow back on it. Hey Jerry, I think I'm gonna pull out my my harder and steam back. I haven't used that airbrush in God knows how long. I don't like the it's the original setup for it, you know, with the before I water bottom out and change the nozzle, the needle. So I'm gonna order a new needle and nozzle and see how it works. Because I couldn't work that thing, not with paints. It worked great with inks, but not with paints. Not for me at least. All right. Let's get this put away. So, guys, don't forget to hit the like button if you like it. You know, subscribe if you're not. All right. Now here's where the inks come in. Well, I'll start with my inks. For that, here's my baby here. This is my girl. Her name is Sotar. Make sure there's nothing on that needle because I've been using it all day today. So I had to strip it down because she got plugged up. I was shooting Steino rest through it, pink Steino rest through it today. Uncut, just straight through at 60 PSI. And that, what's that?
Gil, what color did you paint the headstone in it initially?
That is it's called a wolf gray. I don't know if you have it. It says here.
Okay, it's like a light gray.
Yeah, like well, a little darker. It's a gray, but it's a little lighter than normal gray.
Okay.
You know, but that's what my base is right there.
Might just use the Steino res gray.
Yeah, you could do that, and then you come in with your lighter gray. I just wanted to lay down a gray base, you know.
Okay.
And that, you know, I didn't even think about Steino res. I got a whole bottle of it back there. I should have used that. I didn't even think of it. I'm sitting there trying to get all bougie with all these paints, you know. All right, let me move around here. What you got there, Jerry? There's Jerry's right there. How about you, Michael? How we doing? Excuse me. How we doing?
Well, I'm just gonna put the highlights on the.
All right, I can wait. Go ahead. Yep. Because then we'll work into some. Once you get those highlights, we'll work into the ink.
Yeah.
So I can wait for you guys to do that. So that stuff dried real good then, huh, Steve?
Yeah. Well, there's a part.
Yeah, but the paint's not going to hurt it. It'll dry, you know.
Yeah, to dry.
Just be careful.
For the most part, it's all dry. So
when we go to dry brush, that you know the spot that is still a little moist. Just be careful when you go over that, you know, so you don't screw it.
Just around the edge of the headstone. I'm going to switch cameras so you can see down below.
Go ahead.
There we go.
That woodwork came out really nice, Steve. You did a good job on that.
On the shield?
Yeah. Looks good. Are you going to dirty yours up? Because I'm going to dirty mine up today. You're going to dirty yours up a little bit?
Yeah.
You know, that little idea, I'm not going to discuss because I don't want you people out there in YouTube stealing this idea. That idea you had yesterday, if I'd have thought of that earlier, I would have tried to do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's still an option, huh?
I'll have to talk to the guy that owns this now and see if he wants you to do it. I'll just have to hit it with a heavier, like a gloss coat, let it sit.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anything to eat through that.
Yeah,
But
that would be kind of cool.
That would be nice to put some paint. Have like here in the center, some paint or something. Maybe
Yeah, use the chipping effect.
maybe the beginnings of a Templar cross on there, like white with a Templar cross on there.
Yep.
That'd be nice.
I think that's what I'm going to do with this. What do you think, Michael?
I think so.
Put some white, some chipping fluid out, hairspray or something on there. Shoot the white, shoot a Templar cross on there, and then just chip the snot out of it.
That's actually a good idea.
I think that'll work. Yeah, I use hairspray. You guys use chipping fluid?
Yeah, I use chipping fluid.
I got the same bottle. I bought that liquid hairspray in a pump, Jerry. I bought it about 9 years ago, and I still have it.
Yeah, that's not. It lasts a long time, right?
Yes, it does.
That's what I use in my hair.
Hey, Michael, look at Mike what he said there. Look, he says he's trying. He look at that, painted it. Nah, not really. It won't. It'll be a nice. I think it'll be a really cool effect on there to put that paint. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it tonight. All right, where we at, guys? You still laying down your base?
I gotta wait mine for dry. I put some of that sand down.
Oh, okay.
It's drying pretty quick, but it's got a little bit left to go.
Cool. We can wait.
No. Just keep going. I'm gonna work on this.
No, I want to wait till these guys got their base down before I start putting the ink down, so they can, if they got any questions,
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Now, if any of you guys watching, if you'd like to come in, I'd be more than happy to sit with you guys like we're doing with these guys. It's your talent. I'm just showing you what I do. You do your thing, incorporate it into it. Hopefully it'll make you a better painter. If not, I'm a shitty teacher. But if anybody wants to join us while we're doing stuff like this, man, just get a hold of me. We got some really cool projects in the works coming up with the guys. And I'm going to stop using StreamYard. I got Google Meets now, and Google Meets, if you pay the $8, you can have up to 100 people in there. With the StreamYard, I'm paying the same thing, and it only allows me 10 people. Google Meets, I'm gonna play with it a little bit, but I can stream live from the Google Meet right to my YouTube channel.
We can always pay for some of that too.
It's $8, no, man. If they sent me a bill, because my normal one was, I had paid $2 something for a year, and then they hit me with a bill. Oh, I don't know, a couple months ago, about 2 months ago, for $400, man. They want for the year. I'm like, nope, ain't doing it. Ain't doing it. So let me shake up this. This is Liquitex transparent burnt umber. Now, if you want a more reddish, which I'm going to add, I'm going to add some of this burnt sienna to it. I always add the two because I lay this down first, and then I'll go over with a light mist of the burnt sienna, and it gives it a nice burnt reddish look, dirtier look. This is more darker brown. This will give it more of a reddish look to it. How we doing there, Steve? How's Audrey doing?
We're starting to do our pet stone.
No, I can wait. Now, and I'm not going to cut this. Half the time I don't, unless I'm using it as a glaze, I don't cut this. So I'm going to go shoot this right now. While you guys are waiting, I'm going to hit this with a matte coat. That way, if I make a mistake, I can wipe it. But most of the time I don't cut my ink, and when I do, I'll either use a matte medium to knock down. I've got it right here. It's matte medium. It's 75% matte medium, 25% water. That'll help knock down the shine from the ink. I'll either use this or some isopropyl alcohol. It's up to you. Or glazing medium. You know, I like to use a glazing medium, and that's, you know what? Come to think of it, that's probably what I'm going to use when I lay the red down. I've mixed a little glazing medium into it, and then I'll make it
You're
like,
gonna matte coat the as you are right now.
I'm going to do this real fast.
Yeah.
You know, so just a quick shot of it, just to protect everything. For those watching, I know I probably mentioned this a couple of times, but I'll mention it again. This is what I use here. Let me, the matte UV resistant clear. I buy about 4 bottles. I go through a lot of this. I get this at Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you can get it at Home Depot, Michael's. You can get it online. I don't buy it online because it's like $3 more online. But no, actually, look, it's $9. It's $10 a bottle. They went up because it used to be $7.99. Now it's $10. I didn't realize. I didn't notice that. Yeah, $10. So, but this thing will last you a long time because you don't need a lot. And the cool thing about this is it's a lacquer. Goes on real nice. You hit it with a blow dryer. I can touch it. See? Just to make sure. All right. You ready, Steve? That's all right. I'll wait. You're still painting your stone? Okay.
Okay. Audrey needs to do hers.
Okay, I can wait. So I'm just going to mix up.
So just play with it on your neck.
Now for my inks, that's what I use. I'll either use this. It's been a long time since I used my Micron. I don't really use it that much, but you got this. You can use anything with a 1.5 needle or 2.2 needle. They're really good with inks. You can use I use the Patriot also, but this is the one I use the most. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a little bit of this straight out of the bottle. 3 drops. That's all I want. I don't need any more than that.
What color are you using there?
This is the transparent burnt umber.
Okay.
So I'll test my feed there. See that? And then I'm going to use that for the shadows. So I'll come in again on an angle. Start over here with my stream. I got a shadow happening here that it's throwing me off here. I'm not worried about overspray. I can fix that. now with the mat, you just take your finger, look at that, wipe it right off. All right, that's still too high, so let me lower this. I'm down at about 20 psi, guys. I had forgotten to lower it. And then I'm going to choke up on my Mac valve. And just start laying my shadows in. So there's that. Doesn't look like much yet, but that's what we're going to go over with a lighter color later. The stone. Right there. I'm just lightly missing it on there just to tone that gray. I'm going to go in with a lighter gray in a little bit, but for now. And then I'll probably go back in with some ink to establish that shadow again, just to darken it up just a little bit to taste. Up here. Right here in the crack. I want to darken that up. There's another crack up here. Here, there's a couple of them. Back to the rock. Now, whatever ink you got left in there, you can come in here and start making shadows in the ground. Like right around the rocks. Remember that overspray that was in there? Gone. Just be random when you're laying it down. You don't want it all one way, so you want to go down a little random. It's like that. It's not popping on the camera, but it's definitely, those shadows are definitely there. All right, there's my first set of shadows. And that was straight out of the bottle. I didn't cut it with anything. Clear that out just so it doesn't dry in there while I get ready for the next one. Sim Racer says his cousin is pissed at him now because he took some of her nail polish paints. All right, I'm going to clear this out. Before I add that last shadow, we're going to start doing some dry brushing, but I'll wait till you guys catch up. So, all right, I just cleared out my airbrush of the ink. Made sure get it all out of my airbrush for now, because it's going to be sitting for a little bit, so I don't want it in there. Get it all out. I have a little garbage can next to me. I call it my hillbilly air spray booth. It's a garbage can with like those. It's got like a tilted opening, and I got a puppy pad on there. And that's where I spray all this into. Oh, I just dropped my trigger. That ain't good because now I gotta find it. Where did you fall? All right, well, you guys are doing that. I got to find the trigger. I just dropped it. Damn it. All right, where'd you go? I heard you hit the floor. Where'd you go? You don't have to excuse me while I fall on the floor here and I find my trigger. Okay, where'd you go? Darn it, where the hell did you go? Don't you just hate that, man? You see it hit the floor and then you go look again and it's not there. All right. All right, I'm gonna have to get a different trigger because I'm not gonna spend all day looking for this thing. And I know it's here, so I'm gonna have to use the broom and move stuff around. Because I have no idea where that darn thing fell. I don't see it anywhere. All right. Let me go get another trigger out of my room here. Okay. Had to go into my spares box. Find another trigger. All right. It's underneath the desk somewhere, and I'm not crawling under there right now to look for it. So.
That's it, Michael. Keep on talking and you're muted.
Oh, you were muted, huh?
You get yourself a big magnet.
Oh, it's down there. I mean, I got a bunch of like my decal box and all that's down there, so I got to move all that around. But that's where it went because it's not directly. Those things have a way of bouncing all over the place, you know.
Oh yeah.
So it's down here. I'll find it. But lucky, I got about 3 or 4 spares, so I'll find it. I usually do when I start to clear everything. I clean this place up at least, you know, do a good cleaning on the floors and stuff once a week, so I'll find it. All right, so there, I've got that. I'm not going to bother to seal all this. That looks a little rough, but you'll fix that. So don't worry. If you've got a little paint, a little of that ink where you didn't want it, you just because now that this is sealed, you can take a little thinner, you know, a little Vallejo, some isopropyl. I just use a little Vallejo, get a Q-tip wet with it, and just come in. Now, that's the beauty of sealing it, and then take off where I don't want it. See, comes right off. Just like that, comes right off. That's a little thinner on the Q-tip. And now I'm going to get all my dry brush and gear together while you guys are finishing up with that. I got this thing here from Artist Opus. I'm sure, I know some of you guys don't have it. That's okay. You could use a piece of paper or whatever, but I got this guy right here. It's kind of warped right now. This side.
I got the real tiny version.
I know. I saw it on your video. Yeah, see, I cleaned it, and when I cleaned it, I didn't have it 100% down. And look, it got a little warped there.
Yeah,
but that's all right. It still works. Yeah, I saw the one I said, man, I like that little fucker, man. You don't have to pull this big one out, you know. So. Whatever you guys use the dry brush, I got the Artist. You know what? Let's pull out those. I haven't used them in a while, so let's use them. Let's give them a plug. Right there, Artist Opus. You don't have to use these. You could use whatever you're using the dry brush. So I'm going to go with the medium one, well, the big one for now. I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to start to lay down the greens that I'm going to put in here. So I'm going to go with just a basic green. This is called a layer, a moot green, but you can go with a light green, whatever you want. I'm going to start with this. I also get a paper towel.
Okay.
Grab a little bit of that, put it here, just like that.
Those aren't cheap.
What's that? These?
The brushes, yeah.
Yeah, they're not bad, but you know what? Hold on, I can give you a link for something. I'm not going to discuss it right here. Hold on, no.
Yeah, I'll do it later.
All right, so I got most of it off, and I'm just gonna start laying it down. I need a little bit more. I can't take too much off. So there we go. There's my greens. See that?
So you just go over the whole base?
I'm gonna do it over, but there'll be different colors, Mike.
Right.
I'm gonna use the green, then I'm gonna go in with a lighter green, then I'm gonna go in with a fluorescent yellow, or you can go in with a yellow, and then I'm gonna go in with a neon green. So, and a little magenta in certain spots, just to give it like there's a little color there. So all I'm doing is I'm not pressing down. I'm just, if you press down, you're going to lose that brown that's in there. I'm trying to get a little bit in there, but most of it on the ridges. I want it to look like there's mud underneath that, but there's also some greens been churned up. I don't want it all green. Here comes trouble. I hear him running down the stairs. Up. He's not bothering me. He went to bother his mama. Again, like I said, I'm not worried about getting a little bit over here because I'm going to touch all this up. Just want to make sure I get that green in there. Just like so. Get a little bit more in there. Make sure I get enough on that brush. Just like that. So all we're doing is dry brushing that on there. Right over that detail that you laid down there. If you use the gesso or resin sand or the glaze stuff. So there's the first layer right there. I'm gonna get a smaller brush. For that, I'm gonna use this little flat brush here. Pull a little bit down on that brush. Because there I'm gonna get right up underneath that tombstone, like right there.
Just looking at a little get too far back. This off a little. Stop so you can't pull back too far.
I'm gonna make sure I pull some of that green up. Because that'll give me that mossy effect. Like there's right there. Just a little bit. Now, right where, like here, what I'm doing, where I put that ink on the corners, I'll just put a little bit of that green in there, just very lightly. Right in here. Pull it down. And then up. Just on the corners. Just gives it that it's been sitting out there and there's moss and all kinds of shit growing on it. Make sure I come in here.
Okay, so then taking the beads. Press too hard. I'm gonna put some thinner in it.
Right there.
A little bit.
Back here.
Actually, could probably use one.
Clean that brush. I'll get to the stone, the headstone and the stone in a minute. Right now, I want to work on this. Let that sit for a bit. So now, I want to come in with a little bit of this yellow. Now, I use this stuff here, but you can use whatever yellow paint you guys. Matter of fact, I'm going to use Flash Kits yellow, just a regular yellow. And then I'll come in with a lighter yellow later. So I'm not going to use that green. I got to get some of that off of that. Let me clean that. Get some of that green off of here because I don't want it to mix with that yellow. It'll look like vomit. All right, I'm going to pull some of this. And this is Flash Kits yellow. You can use whatever yellow you got. That might be too much. Put some of that back. I really don't need all that. And if I do, I can always go get some more. Get some of that on this brush. And just in certain spots, I'm going to lay that yellow down. right on the very top. I don't want to blow that green up. I just want to put it just on the top. See how it gives it that little. See that, Michael?
Yep.
Gives it that little highlight that you're looking for. See, I put that paint back, and now I need it. Damn it.
You can put a little bit of cheese in there. It's not as strong.
So I'm just gently going over some of the high spots. I'm trying not to get into blow up that green that I got in there. So I'm just very carefully, just on the high spots that I got here, laying that down in there. Can't put too much there. I'll go back over that with that yellow on the little bit. Close that up, clean my brush. Now, certain spots, I want a little red, so I don't know if I want to use the magenta. Let's see. That might be too pink. We will see. We will see.
So there's two on the very top shelf up there. Two greens.
I don't want a lot of this, just a very little. And just in certain spots. Getting random with it. I just want it in certain spots so it doesn't overtake everything else.
So these. So you just kind of put on this palette, put your palette out, not the wet palette, the other one. And where did you put those? Those dry brushes. Yep. And we're going to put some of these greens on here. Probably do the darker ones first. And some dry brush. Kind of stipple it.
Yeah, see, the magenta is perfect for this because you can thin it. You know, when you would as you're laying it down, and it doesn't have that intense red. Trying to make sure I get right around the shadow area there with it. Add a little bit more.
You dry brush it up. So it's kind of dry.
See, wherever my shadows are, that's where I'm laying it down, the heavier. Like right in there, right around the stone. Move it out. That gives me my shadow. See that? Bring it out a little bit. And it also adds a little pop of color. And you notice here in some spots I'm adding it harder, heavier, because I want a little pop of color there. That color's done. That's the regular yellow. Now, I don't know if you guys have this, but if you have, this is a fluorescent yellow. If you got any fluorescent yellow, use it. If not, use a bright yellow. You can, I'm going to use this right here. This is from Vallejo. It's airbrush color. I'll put a little bit right here. And that's going to go just on the tips. Make sure I get right around the base.
Okay. Then I'm going to go with the lighter color.
So there's, see how it looks so far? Then I'm going to put some of this glow in the dark stuff on there.
Decorations.
See, for those why I'm going for a specific look, but if you whatever colors you guys want, it's the same thing. It's the same principle. So here, I'm adding some of that heavier glow in the dark stuff over that other fluorescent. I don't want a lot of it.
Hmm?
No.
Oh, she's gonna have that where she goes.
I'm pretty sure
It's closed.
I think so.
This stuff is real thin. It's also real jelly. It's got a jelly consistency to it, but it thins out when you land it. As you see here, it just thins out real nice. You don't need a lot of it. I got that at Hobby Lobby. I got to do some coral paint. I think I'm going to use some of this for some coral. Just over the top of what I did red. Just to give it a little highlight there. Same thing over here. Over here. Here. There's your base. Right there. Done. The bottom is that will work on the stone and we'll be finished. All right, while I'm cleaning my brush, I'll check out what the peeps are doing here. So let me switch this camera around for a second. You laying it down now, Steve?
Yeah. I'm gonna put a fluorescent green on now.
Yeah, yeah, you got it. Did yours dry, Jerry?
Yeah, I started putting the base coat on it.
Yeah.
You know, and all that. So I'm getting there.
We got Michael Wheaton over here building the ship. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at
that's
that.
my first tone.
Look at that woodwork, man. Look at
Holy
that
shit.
fucking woodwork.
Wow.
That is fucking amazing.
See the detailing at stern?
Now, did that plastic? Did it have all those grooves and stuff in there so that it'll take the paint real nice?
Yeah, it did. It's very good. It's a very good model.
That's nice. That makes it a lot easier when you're laying the oils down. If it's got all the you know the lines and stuff in there, you know.
Yeah, I put the burnt umber on first. Let it dry for about a week,
Uh-huh.
and then go on with the. This will have two tones. It'll be dark from here on, and it'll be light like this, a little from the up. And I'll put little blues and golds in and stuff.
Yeah. See, I do it quickly, but if I were doing something that big, that's probably the way I do it his way. You know.
Same technique for about 50 years. So
Yeah. I mean, but what I'm saying is,
yeah,
it's the same thing I do, but you do it in longer layers.
yeah.
And if I were to do something that big, that's exactly what I would do: is use your method of laying it down, let it sit, and doing it again.
High quality oil paints take a while to dry.
Yes, they do. That is you got right here, Plastic Monkey. This is what he's a ship. He's building Plastic Monkey's building, I believe, the Yamato. And he says that, you know, right there. Wow, that ship's nice. Oh, he does some beautiful stuff. I'm telling you, Monkey, he does some really beautiful work. And he gets real detailed with all the rigging and
That's my favorite part, rigging.
yeah, no, man, you make me crazy watching you do that, man. All the little buckles that the rigging goes around. What do you call those?
Or the dead eyes.
Yeah, he makes his own sometimes. Yeah,
I use the same rope knot technique as they do on real ships.
yeah,
He did like some moss. Like
beautiful work,
It keeps me out of the bars.
gorgeous work, Michael. Gorgeous
Thank
work.
you.
darker color.
We got Michael. Did you go shoot it? Oh, he went to get his paints.
Yeah, I went to.
All right, cool.
So yeah, just going in with the magenta. So
Just very little of that, just a little. You just want just a little bit of that in certain spots just to give it a little color, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dominic Coco says, wow, that ship is beautiful. Yeah, oh, look, yeah, he's nowhere near done with that woodwork. I can guarantee you that. He's probably got another, on the bottom, another 3 layers you got to lay on there?
Yeah, plus about another 2 months to work on it.
Yeah. When that gets done, you would swear up and down that's real wood. How long you been doing that, Michael?
Since the 70s, 80s. Well, I developed the technique in about probably 81, but I did a little wood tone with oils and stuff before that. My first nationals, I took one of my boats in, and they wouldn't let me go in, IPMS nationals, because they said wooden boats weren't allowed. That's an ego. That's an ego kick in the butt.
Yeah, well,
But
I would have took that as a compliment, man.
it was first
Okay.
place, my first nationals. But
Hey, look, Happy Mike says, "How much for you to paint me a ship?" Tell him, Mike.
the last one I sold was for $4,000.
Cool.
I don't sell them very much.
I need to get good at painting boats.
Audrey says she needs to get good at painting boats.
Oh, look at that, Audrey. Look at that boat right there. Show her. Look at that.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
That's and that's just the first coat.
Yeah, that's the first coat. It'll go on 3 more layers of different types of paint. I have funnelers for different wood.
That's beautiful work. God
This
damn.
will be darker wood down here, and this will be a lighter wood
Yeah.
up here. And then the interior will be different too.
Beautiful. Okay. Now I'm going to go with the stone. So let me see. Where you guys at? How you doing, Audrey?
Good. Just working on the greens.
Go ahead and show. Okay, here's Audrey's.
That looks good. You got yellow, Audrey?
Not yet, but
Yeah, she has yellow. She hasn't put it on yet.
Okay, when you go to put your yellow on, Audrey, use a brush like this, a flat one,
Okay.
and then come in just like this. Don't go like this. Go like this, right over the top. Just you want the high points. That's that.
She's gonna have to show me up again.
Yeah. Now you got Jerry here. Now, if you guys don't, I'm gonna find this. Give me a second here. I'm gonna go to my YouTube page. No, it's gonna kick me out, I think. I want to post Jerry's link for his page. Just Paint It.
Oh, thank you.
So let me see. You guys check him out. The man's a hell of a painter. Don't let him lie to you.
Where'd you put down the fluorescent yellow?
Right? Okay, hold on. When I put down the fluorescent yellow, you see it right there?
Oh, just really high, like tips.
Really high on the tips.
Okay. Okay.
Up. Shut up. You guys go check this brother out right here, man. Just Paint It. That's Jerry's channel. Right there. I just put it in the link there. Check it out. Great work. He just did this Frazetta thing. What was the name of it again, Jerry?
The Huntress.
The Huntress. That's right. And I'll tell you what he did. I love it. He does real good work with He uses pigments really good. Where I use oils, now he's got me eyeballing pigments now. God damn it, Jerry.
Sorry. Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Yep.
Hey Jerry, that Huntress, is that different than the dead toad or broken toad one?
Which one was that? I'm sorry.
Broken toad one?
Oh no, this is the Frazetta one.
Oh,
No,
it's the
Frazetta.
one. Oh.
Yeah, it's got the two big saber tooths, and she's standing there holding onto them.
Oh yeah, okay, right. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. He did a hell of a job. Plastic Monkey say he just shoved you, Jerry.
Thank you.
He's got a giveaway going. Go ahead and plug your channel, Jerry, while I'm talking. Go ahead.
And guys, I have a giveaway going, so check out that last video I put up and just follow the rules and you can get a free kit.
Jeff Light said he just subbed you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's a hell of a painter, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, I'm getting a free kit in a couple of weeks, so sign up.
Yep, sign up.
You two got to sign up there, Gil.
I will. I'll go.
You guys, anybody can sign up there.
It's which one is it? It's the Mad Max guy, right?
Yeah.
It's a nice resin kit, man. Really nice, guys. A lot of detail to it. You sub him, follow his instructions in the last video that he's got going on there. And I'll tell you what, man, it's an awesome resin kit.
It's free.
Yep, another one. You got another one here. Dominic Cuckoo said he just subbed you too.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate everybody. Thank you.
That's how we do this, man. We got to pass it along, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
there's another. What's the other one? Model Club. What?
Model Club TV.
Yeah, you guys check these guys. Here, I'm gonna put the link for that too.
You know, they always got a lot of news about 3D printing, resin kits, all that stuff. You know, I watch it. Mike watches it. Gil watches it.
Oh yeah, it's
Steven watches it too.
Yep, I watch it.
Yep.
Here's Model Club TV
You can sub my channel too.
right there. Model Club TV.
Alrighty.
Jeff says that boat looks awesome, Michael.
Thank you, man. Thank
Oh,
you.
thanks.
So here's another one from Model Club TV. Guys, go sub them. They got some great content, great figures if you're into that kind of stuff. All kinds of stuff.
And they got giveaways too.
Yeah, they have giveaways.
Not this month, but
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah. But if you're subbed and you hit that little bell, ding ding, you know. I think I've got I'm going to be doing one myself soon, a painted one. I'll go through my stash here, one that I have sitting around. I'm gonna have a giveaway for that. I didn't post this, guys. I know I said I would while I was painting it, but I get into my cabeza there sometimes. Here, let me get it off Jerry. And I forget to turn the camera on. I'm doing this little steampunk check right here.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah. Rick Zing says he just subbed. Mike says I just unsubbed. Yeah, this guy, guys, this is a really nice figure from NY3D Creations. I mean, it's a beautiful blue. That face on her is just gorgeous, you know.
I love that thing. The way it came out. I love the way you did the hair on that too.
Yeah.
I don't think if you would have went blonde, I don't think it would have looked as good.
Yeah, remember I was talking about it
Yeah.
last night. I said I'm not blind, and then I said, yeah. I think who was it? Somebody mentioned what about Chopper? He says, hey, how do you do red hair? And I just said, oh, you know what, red hair, and the red hair complemented everything. You know, the blonde wouldn't have looked right with the colors I was going for. The red hair is really nice, so that's really cool about stuff. You get ideas from other people, you know, like Michael Lang there. I did her stockings, and I was thinking about putting a seam there, and then I dismissed it right away. And the hangout Michael says, hey, did you put the line in there? I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I should. I haven't done it yet, but you know.
That's old school. The old one.
So, all right, where we at, guys? Steve, you guys still doing the yellow highlights?
yellow and little blotches of red.
Just little. It's like there's little bitty flowers there that are, you know, it just adds a little splash of color to it. That's all it does. You know, you got to be with that flat brush, Steve. Just lay, you know, just little places. You know, you don't want too much of that. You know. So I'm gonna get my my brush ready because I'll go into my artist opus. I'm gonna leave this out because I need to wash it real good, you know. So for this, for the stone, I'm gonna go with this little one, the medium one. I don't know if I want that one. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. If not, I'll go with the one I got. Now the cool thing about this artist opus, man, they give you a little thing of that. Then this thing here is for you can wet your brush. I sat with the guy at Adepticon and I watched him use this stuff, man. And he used it like a paintbrush, you know.
Yeah, he's good at that, man.
God, it was beautiful work he did.
Yeah.
Beautiful work.
Oops. Hold on, bugger. Come on, hold on, sweetheart. Let me hide this. Get your butt in here. Come on. You know I love you.
Come on, move your butt.
Say hi to everybody. Say hi.
All right, yeah. The kitty's in the way. Get out of the way.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it. All right, now I'm going to start adding the highlight color to this here. So, to that right there. And then I'm going to come in and do some airbrushing with some, just add a little bit more down here. But for that, I'm going to use this, it's a light, very light gray. It's gray sear, but if you don't have it, just a very light gray, very, very almost a white. You see that? The stone, it'll be a more of a rocky color. So I'm going to use for the stone, I'll use this. Matter of fact, let me get the stone first. So I've got here, I could use some Shanti bone, or I can use some, where's it?
Oh, it's Frisian gray.
That might be too dark. So I'm going to use a little Shanti bone. I'll pull a little bit here, put it on the palette. Put my glasses back on because I'm blind as a fucking bat. I'm going to work on the stone. So right on,
Bone color for that one?
I used the Shanti bone, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm laying it down lightly first. Then I'll figure out where I got to go a little heavier. But you see where I shot that gray is what I'm going over. So I'll feather it into that where I sprayed the ink. Like so, get up a little bit underneath it. Come up to this guy.
Shake it up a little bit. Shake it. I can have them ship over in here. Yeah.
That same color, I'm going to use right here on the corners. Now, there's some ridges here, so I want to put a little bit of there. A little bit there, and just very gently inside. Right over, a little bit in that gray, but not enough to blow up that gray that I got in there. Now I'm going to go over that with a gray. So I'm just laying different colors on because I want that stone to be, I don't want it to be all one color. There we go there. Come back here. Get that high spot. A little bit there. Some of those ridges on there. And that's about all. I think that'll do it for that color. Then I'll go to my light gray. Make sure I get most of that off. I don't want that creeping up into the ferrule. And then sometimes if you do that, if you let it creep up too high and you go to dry brush, you get too much paint there. All right. And there's my, go in just to give it a little highlight. So you're able to see both colors in there in the stone. And I'll go to my tombstone here. And just where those ridges are. Very gently lay that in there. There's some nice ridges in that stone. Make sure I get that corner.
That's looking good, Gil.
Yes.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's really, you guys. It's not hard for those watching. It's not hard, man. You just gotta be gentle when you're doing this, because if you press down too hard, you put too much paint. You gotta let the brush do the work. Now, I was telling Audrey, now I'm going to use this flat brush right here. And that's going to be for my extreme highlights. Right there. Right on the corners. Just like that. Make sure you get on the inside there. Inside this little spot here. Make sure that stands out just a little bit more. How you doing, buddy? Same thing with this side, just very gently. Because if for those of us that are doing this, you see all the ridges on that. There's a lot of, you don't have to don't press down because you'll blow up that gray. Just let this brush here just on the side of it. And then you come in with a liner, you can get the more highlights in there, which I'm going to do. And then I'll come in here, just add some of that lighter color in there. Just right there, just to give it a little highlight. Right about there, maybe a little bit here. Turn it around, do the same here. And now I get a small brush, pointed brush. Let's see, where's it at? I'll get just a regular. This is a broken toad flat edge, so I'll just use this. Let me get this a little wet here so that doesn't harden. So I'll take this, pull a little bit off, grab a little bit more, right there. And I'm going to drop a little bit of white in there, just off to the side. I'm not going to mix it in there, just right here. This is Style Res, just a little bit of white. And I'll take that gray right there and I'll mix it right in here. So now that's a real light gray. This is going to be my highlight. Take most of it off the brush. Right in that corner. Just like that. I'm using the side of the brush versus the tip of the brush. Come in the inside, do the same thing. Turn around. How you doing, Randy? Right here on this piece here. Right there.
Is that a symbol?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of symbol it is, but yeah, it's a symbol. So come down here. Right along there.
And I used this kind of to take off most of the paint before I brushed it.
Yeah.
So I do that. Don't put it on. And then
On here in the corner. You notice I keep moving it around because I want to make sure I don't put a highlight where I don't need it. You know, I keep moving it.
nothing great. You want this?
Oop, sorry, I was out of camera.
I'll use your dry brush. One like this, maybe I can want. This has like a greenish tint to it.
So you get over here.
No, that's why you went.
See, when you're using this pad, you got to move fast, man, or that paint starts drying up on you. I like that pad, though. Now, right here where the crack is, I want to highlight that right there. Open it there. Little symbol. I'll come down and add a little bit more of those high spots there. Come in right about there. There. Come over here.
A lighter also.
Right there. Okay.
And it's when you're done with that, then you just roll out some
Take
light.
that off. I'm going to grab some of that. Get it on my brush. I just wet it, so. Had to get some more of this.
Oops, three.
Pull a little bit there.
Check on this.
A little bit more of this.
See if I can add carnations. Yeah.
Yeah, Randy says it looks like a Mason symbol. It could be. I have no idea. It's the way they got, whoever sculpted it, that's the way they did it. So I'll pull this gray, get it in here. I just pulled a little of that highlight because I want to go just across it right there. There's some nice texture there, you know.
Who makes your pad? I missed that.
What's that?
Who makes your pad?
This here?
Yeah.
That's the same people, Artist Opus.
Oh, really? Okay. There goes my paycheck.
Yep. That's what I always say when I see shit like that. Yep, there goes my money.
I'll let the girls pay next time.
Somebody's got a question for you there.
Okay.
When you get a chance.
I guess you could use it. I never have, Jeff. I don't use it. I'm fast enough where I don't have to use it. But and that's because I don't use a lot of paint when I'm doing it. So I have a wet palette, Randy. I don't use it because I figured too lazy to pull it out, I guess. But I like using this. If I'm doing a big project, I'll pull it out because I'm using the same paint and I want to keep it wet. Something like this, I don't need a wet palette for it. I mean, you could use one, I'm sure. There's a stone. Yeah. Yeah, if I'm not you see that amount of paint right there is not enough for me to put it on a wet palette. But now whatever's left on my brush, instead of washing it off, I'm going to use it on this stone here just to add a little highlight there, here and there. Yeah, there's the there it is right there. So to show you, give you an idea of what he's going to look like on it, so your figure will stand like right there, and that's what it's going to look like. But we're not done yet with it, so that's what it's going to look like. Now I got to clean up. See that green there on the tombstone? Now it's time to clean that up. But for that, I want to wait and see where everybody's at. How we doing there, Steve?
Doing good.
Yeah, that looks good, Steve.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
good.
Nice. That does look good. That looks really good.
I'll get Audrey. She's not quite done yet.
Yeah, I like that. Nice. Nice.
You put green on a tombstone, like for moss or something, or
Yeah,
like algae.
That's what I'm going to use these three for. I'm not going to go with the lighter, but these. This is a. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not showing myself. That's what I'm going to use these for. Now you could use green inks. You go there. This is these are Citadel glazes.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to go in with a Weight Watcher. I'm going to airbrush a Weight Watcher green in the bottom of it. Then I'm going to go in with a darker green. So let me show you. Let me show you.
Put on the rock and on the lighter.
And then it's done. I mean, I'm sure later on, while I'm sitting there, before I send them out to the client, I'm gonna do a little bit of
We can use this one.
here and there. But for the most part, it's done.
Like I said, take most of it off.
So now I've got some of this. This is Weight Watcher green. Just down here at the bottom. I'll bring it up a little bit. Like maybe in here. Right over here.
And when I do my stone bases for my chips, I always put a little green algae in there, like you're doing,
Yeah.
and then rub it in the little crevices.
I'll add some of that to the stones here.
It's pretty neat.
More.
That's just straight, right?
I'm shooting it straight. Yeah, you can cut that too with a matte medium or whatever. But I tend to shoot it straight.
I should have bought two.
And then I'm gonna go in with just a light shade of yellow to give it like a little like lights hitting it.
Yeah.
Get these off. Gotta see here.
Gingerbread.
So I'm getting it at the base of the stone.
Lay down. Lay down. Be quiet. There's somebody talking.
Did you do that? There we go. I have some too. Try to get this.
Yes, you do. You love you. Where's mommy at? All right, the movement functions.
I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna mute myself for a second. I'm gonna hit this with a blow dryer.
Good boy.
Make it like this.
Don't you bite me, you little brat. Good boy, good boy. Ah.
This kit, Randy, is a kit that it's done by ny3dcreations.com. I'll post a link here for it. If Mike is still in there, maybe he could post a link. But this is the zombie conquistador. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what we're calling it. But there's the two arms. He goes like this here. Oh, let me get that in there, just like that. And there's a shield. If I can get this without everything falling, the shield goes. I still got to do the leather on this, so. And I'm gonna do something. We were just talking about it. I'm gonna attempt something on this. If I screw it up, then I don't think I will. But I'm gonna.
Never had before.
I'm gonna try it. So, see that goes like this. Once these arms are glued in there, and he's got that shield on his back like that.
Just go.
But there it is. This is from ny3dcreations.com. I'll put the link in there, Randy, if you want to take a look at it.
It's all over the block.
But yeah, and then he sits on that base. He's a nice figure. I mean, tall. It's about maybe about 9, 10 inches tall. It's a 1/8 scale. So, all right. I'm gonna hit this real quick with a blow dryer. Give me a second.
Okay, we just get a couple out each. I'm gonna have to cut them. Be careful when you cut them.
No. No. Be fine.
All right. Now I'm gonna go in with this one here. I might have to go in with a little bit more ink. See, regular sepia ink, but we'll see. This is not as dark as I'd like it to be, but
Another small pair of scissors too. Let me get this one. Pick the ones you want.
now I picked up some Dirty Down. They have that moss, but I didn't want to use it on this because I've never used it before. And what I'm handling now, just because I'm painted, it no longer belongs to me. It belongs to someone else. I've already sold it, so I don't want to experiment on something that doesn't belong to me anymore. So I think over the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna be trying that stuff out. I know, Jerry. What'd you say? You got to heat? They say to heat it up or warm up.
Not the bottle, but your kit's got to be wherever you're going to put it. Your kit's got to be warm. It can't be like you can't put it on cold. So hit it with a hair dryer for a little bit, just to give it to, I guess, room temperature, and give it a little warm. As they say, you get better results that way.
Yeah, see, now my goofy ass went right in and tried to do it.
Yeah, and I just found out the other day. I was looking at a video, and I don't remember which video it was, and they said, just hit it with the hair dryer first, or your kit before you put it down.
All right, now there's the green. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's still too bright down there, so I'm gonna have to knock that down. So in order to knock that down and to make everything blend, I go back to this and just very carefully. There's 2 drops in there. This is the transparent burnt umber again. Just all right. There we go. That's all I need. Now, that's it. To knock all that down, clear it out of my airbrush so it doesn't make this resin. Clean out the airbrush. I'm gonna pull out my secret weapon. My secret.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
These right here. Any of you guys that have ever watched me paint green, I use yellow over my greens. It's really nice. It gives a really nice color. This one here is an orange azo. I'm going to lay that down right in there. See that color? Then I'll lay some green over that. I said I was going to give this rock, like it's got a little light coming from this angle.
Are you putting one? You haven't bleeding yet?
No, I'm not sitting over there. Seeing where I'm looking.
So there's the yellow. Get rid of that. Oh, that's actually orange. I'm sorry. Then we'll hit this with a blow dryer real quick. Then I'm going to go back to that. Where is it? Weight Watcher green. Right where I put that burnt umber, Just a little bit of that Weight Watcher green over it. Okay, let's go now up. Let's reach. There we go. I'll take that Weight Watcher green just on the bottom here. I missed the spot. I just noticed it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm jumping ahead of myself and I missed the spot. All right. Can anybody see where I missed? The spot I missed? On the tombstone?
On the sides right there?
Yes, sir. I was so focused on doing the in spot, I forgot to do this. The two ends. So, 2 drops of this will take care of that. I want to dirty that up. I'll come down in that corner right there. Dirty that up.
I'll call you back, okay? Bye-bye.
There. Better. That. Okay. There you go. Now take my. You gotta be careful with this stuff right here. Have a good night, Dominic. Dominic Cuckoo said he's going to bed. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up a little bit in there. I got a dirty yellow. That. There's that. And then straight out the bottom. Now this is all just I'm just adding these 2 greens, this yellow azo orange, and some of that, the regular orange, Cadium orange, or Cadio yellow. I'm sorry. That's a very little. I don't need a lot of this. This can overpower everything if I'm not careful. All right, there it is. I'm done. Any questions? Anybody need help?
You're not putting a lot of ink out on that airbrush, are you?
What's that?
You're not putting a lot of ink out on that airbrush, are you?
A drop, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe 2. You don't need a lot, especially when it's highly pigmented. You don't need a lot. You just, as you saw, you could. I'm sure you could hear it.
Yeah.
The way I'm doing, I'm just bumping it. But there's the base.
Looks nice.
Now, of course, I got to clear it. And once I clear it, I'm going to give it a few minutes here. While you guys are doing that, we put this stuff away, and then I'll check out everybody else's. How you doing there, Amber? Or Audrey, I'm sorry, Audrey. How you doing?
Good.
Oh, wait a minute. Now you sound a little dejected there, darling. How you doing?
Kind of doing my own thing here.
We got some little tuffets of grass we're putting in.
Cool.
That's pretty neat.
So, I think that's what I'm going to do, Mike. I think I'm going to put a Templar's cross on this, and then, I'll put the I'll do it right now. Let me shoot this with a clear. While you guys are doing that, let me take it off of me real quick, or off of Steve. Let me shoot this with a clear. Oh, I left it in the other room over here. You want a Templar's cross on there, Michael?
Oh, why not?
All right. That's what we're going to do. All right, where's my hairspray? Here we go. Chipping for the chipping fluid for the poor masses, right there. And it smells good too.
Suave.
It's suave. Man, I've had this bottle. I shit you not, man. This bottle's about 8-9 years old, man. All right, this can come out of the way. Like I'm using that right now. All right, so there it is, guys. Anybody there's my base. Of course, I still need to hit it with a clear, and then I need to come in here and then sharpen up those lines again right at the bottom here. This will be a gloss, this will be matte. So I'll have this glossy down there at the bottom, this won't be. So when he's on there, to give you an idea what he's gonna look like on there. I don't have his arms on, of course, but there it is.
Looks nice.
Nice job, bro. I love it.
So, I mean, it's you guys saw me. It's not hard. Thanks, Jeff. It's not hard. Ride the wind. How you doing, brother? Okay. If I fuck it up, I can always have Mike send me another one. All right, let me clean my airbrush out because I'm not going to use this here. Well, I'm going to be using it.
Just bill me, say.
Yeah, just bill me. So, all right, there's the shield. So I'm going to do something here, and I hope I don't screw it up. But I don't think I will, but we'll Sometimes the screw up turns out to be nice. You know, we'll see.
Now, I want to see your hairbrush technique, airbrush technique. As far your hairspray technique.
All right, now I've just sealed this with a matte coat. Let me sit this off to the side because I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna take this. God damn, this hasn't been opened in years, man. Jesus. There it is. Take a little bit of this out. I don't need a lot. I don't want to just pour it in there because if there's crusties on the rim. That should be enough. All right. I'll take the hairspray.
Take your, you do some things to your joints on the bone and darken those.
The stocks are bad. Oh yeah. I know, Stan. I already told him I want one. So now I'm putting the hairspray on. So there's the hairspray. I'll hit this with a blow dryer and I'll put one more coat over it in a second. You know what I was just thinking, Michael? I don't think a tempered cross will go good on this because of this piece here.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Uh,
I mean, I could try it, but I don't think with this piece, this metal piece there, a tempered
Yeah.
cross.
no,
You know
you're probably right. It wouldn't.
So I'm just gonna.
What they've done is they painted like each square of the shield, and it had a symbol in each square, a different symbol, different color on each square. So you might have like white lower left, white upper right, and then red upper left, red lower right.
All right, I'll look at some shields here, real quick.
Then I guess you could kind of wear through it and then see the wood underneath.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
All right, I got the hairspray cleared out. Let me hit this. I'm gonna let this. Well, hold on.
Now tease it.
All right, yeah.
The 80s.
From the dude, I know all about that because if you've seen pictures of me when I was a kid, man, that's what I used to do with my hair. Because back in the day, them girls loved them froze, man. Okay, let's put this away. Now we're gonna go with an off-white. Let me find a red. So I got a flat red and an off-white. That sound good to you?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go white, red, white, or white, red, red. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do to kind of hide that stuff that's on the white surface, I'm gonna take a fine brush.
No, that's creamy white. I want a white because then I could dirty that up, you know.
Yeah.
Let me get a red, white. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna put it in, so I'm gonna mix it up here so I got it all thinned out. So
some of that. Is mom here?
There's some white there.
He's downstairs if you want one.
Here's the flat red.
Yeah, I'd like to have
Want me to bring you one?
I'll show you one when you come back.
Malt vinegar, one.
Where's my thin?
No. Yeah.
Thin that down. Where's my mixing brush? All right, here we go. I'm going to use a silk tar because I want to get in there nice and tight. I'll start with the white first because it's easier to clean out of an airbrush. You notice there's not a lot in there. I got a little overspray on the metal, but don't worry about that. I can clean that off. There's the white.
Is that ink or paint?
This is paint. This is Vallejo paint. It'll be easier to chip. There's the white.
One lemon, but.
Huh?
One
Out.
lemon.
Okay.
So Audrey's putting grass in there?
Yes.
Cool.
So
Man, she getting all bougie on us, huh?
like some.
All right. Now with the red. Before I do that, I'm going to grab, I use a lot of these Q-tips, guys. This is what I clean paint off with. When I get it in places I don't want it, I'll put a little thinner off to the side here. I get that in there. Just took the paint right off where I didn't want to see that.
Definitely gives the model some color. Some color.
Oh, it's gonna give it some color.
Yeah, it's nice.
I just want to get that overspray off. I mean, I could do it when I'm chipping, but I'd rather do it now, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the good part about sealing everything, because then you can do that what I'm doing right now, you know? And that's why I like these pointy Q-tips.
Yeah, they went up in price a little bit lately.
Now, I buy them. Well, yeah, but you can buy. I'll show you where I get them. You get them in bulk on Amazon. You get 500 of them for like $15. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Hobby Lobby isn't my purchase of choice there.
Fuck Hobby Lobby. I'm not paying that for those Tamiya ones, all that price.
Yeah.
This is the same shit, All right, here comes the red now. So now, do right here.
How much of that hairspray do you lay down before that?
I put on like if I would with a clear coat,
Yeah.
a nice wet coat, and then I hit it with a blow dryer.
Okay.
Shit, I got it on the white. God damn it. I'll go over that again with the white. I should have masked that off. All right, there's the red. And you see a little white there? I'm gonna right where the white's at. I got a little overspray. I'll go in there and touch that up right now. Just clearing out the red out of my airbrush. Bless you. Now, whatever white I got left in here, I can still use. So I'll just take a little thinner. A couple of shots in there. Take a little mixing brush. Make sure I don't have any red on it. Mix that up. I mean, that's almost like ink right now. I got to be real careful now here.
You don't want to fix it?
I don't know how.
Fix one. Another? Use those same inks and fill them with it, darken it or with something. I think I just like whatever type of one. One other.
Too thin. I got to go thicker. It's going on like a glaze. It's not covering.
Green head and the rubber in the torso. In the body. It's good. Looking good, Gil.
What's that?
Looking good.
Yeah, I've just got to be careful with this overspray.
Asian chicken.
All right, there you go.
Nice.
All right, let me clear my airbrush out. and then we'll start chipping.
Does it have to dry first?
It's pretty much dry.
Man, Thorne's getting yelled at. I'm glad it ain't me.
Is your boy in the armor yet? Your grandson in the armor yet?
No, I try to get him into stuff like that, but he's more in the engineering stuff. He likes to build shit, you know. He likes to.
Okay.
I tried to get him because I've got some kids here that I said, hey, you can have these now, Grandpa. But then I show him like stuff like to build, and he's like, no, he wants to build buildings and shit,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, because Hobby Lobby had their Toon armor.
Uh-huh. Oh no, he had those. I had those for him. He
Yeah, I
built.
got 2 left. I figured if he wanted, I could finish them. But
Now,
2 German ones.
again, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to clean any of that overspray off.
Uh-huh.
Did you need one?
I'm not worried about that red down there. I'm going to end up dirtying this up anyway, but I want to get most of this off. I'll go over that metal a little bit more.
Were you using a Sotar 2020? Or
For this, I use the Sotar, yeah.
okay. That's my favorite airbrush.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
See, I want to get the paint off of the metal before I start the chipping process. Although I can do it with the chipping because I got hairspray on it. Okay, here we go. Now, let me sit this off to the side. Let me take these off. Put some cleaner in there so it'll be easier to clean in a minute. All right, I'm going to get some clean water because this water is filthy now. So let me get some clean water. Okie doke, here we go.
Okay.
Put that right there. Let me get this airbrush out of the way. I got a question. I'm sorry. Let me answer this. Gil, once you're finished for the day, would you strip down to clean the airbrushes, or just back flush and remove the needle? It all depends on what the paint I'm using. Right, it all depends, but for the most part, I only tear my airbrushes down maybe once every 2 months. Or if they get real dirty where I can feel it and they need it. But no, once I'm done today, I'll just do exactly what you just put on there. I don't strip it down. I just back flush, clean the cup out real good, remove the needle, wipe that down, put it in, do another back flush, flow everything out, and they're good for the next day. So, all right, let me use this one. And I need one that's a little rougher. Let's try. No, that's not. I'm just looking for a brush here real quick, so give me a second. Looking for the right. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. All right. Let's hope I didn't screw this up. So now I wet everything. I'll do the white first. Let that sit a minute. See how it's coming off?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
So just
I get a little toothpick because if I want some scratches in there.
put this stuff in the sink.
That's about as far as I want to go there. I don't want to remove all that paint, you know.
No.
Just right here where it's broken. Come to this top part. Let's see. Let's go. Because that's there. Let's start pulling the paint from here. I'm going to do a couple of scratches. There's a piece here. There's a piece that comes down like that. And maybe right about here.
Wow, that looks good.
It does.
I get a dry one.
That looks great.
Use my little sponge.
It's going to give a great contrast having a shield like that.
That was a good idea, Steve. Good idea.
Yeah, I'm not paying a consulting fee here, Steve.
No, I can think of it. I just don't know if I can do it. I'll try it.
Looks pretty easy the way he did it.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never used the
Hairspray.
hairspray technique. I
Yeah.
thought about doing it.
Got a can hairspray right up there. See that big tall. I have the hairspray.
And we get the red. Soak it real good. I'm gonna have to let this sit overnight so this dries,
Yeah.
and then I'll seal it. And then I'll go in and I'll
Colors on this brush.
dry brush some metal again on this.
Mhm.
But I'm also gonna put some ink in there to dirty it up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was a girl back in the '60s, her hair, she had her hairspray on, and it was like a helmet.
Shit, they were doing that in the 80s, man.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna leave a little bit more red on here.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure that I get it off of here. So we'll leave that like that.
Those two.
And then I'll just do a little scratches. Where's my toothpick? What did I do with my toothpick? I dropped that fuck. Oh, there it is. Just a couple of scratches in there, like that. And then let's get down here. There it is.
That was a good idea. That came out pretty good.
Now, when this dries, I'll go in with some oils. Ride the Wind says, thanks, Gil. Seem to be stripping down nearly every day. I'm using lacquer, so I guess it's overkill. I use Awada, so I have Awadas. I use them. You don't have to strip them down every day. If you're using lacquer thinner, that's all you really need. You strip them down every now and then, but hey, I mean, I know guys that strip them down every day. I just got to the point where it's overkill. You don't need to do it. There you go, Michael.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, it looks great. You'll feel that a little bit later after it's dry.
Yeah. I just want to come up a little bit right here.
Yeah, that's
like
great.
And then there's a scratch here. Just take that.
Basically the same thing. You can use it.
I'll let that dry. I'll let this dry.
You know.
So you're using a stiff brush?
Yeah, this one's stiff. So's that the black one I'm using, that's a stippling brush.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm also using a toothpick to scratch it.
Okay. Loosen it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's what makes the paint come off. Is using the hairspray. Because once you're activated with water, then you can.
So there it is.
It looks really awesome.
There's the shield. So that when that dries, and I do the leather, finish the leather, that's gonna sit on him like this, and that's what he's gonna look like from the back.
Super nice. Super nice.
Yeah, it's great.
So you got to give this time to dry now, though, because I don't know, about an hour or so it'll be good to. You can go ahead and do it, but that hairspray, once you start wiping it down, it comes right off with the water. The hairspray's coming off too, so it doesn't stay on there because it's water soluble. Once you it gets down to that hairspray, boom. But because I got that clear coat underneath it, it's protecting that paint. So.
Yeah, I was looking for some transfer, dry transfer decals, or even water slide with symbols.
Steve, you could do this.
Yeah, no, but I mean having like different symbols on in there
Oh
too.
yeah, like a coat of arms or something.
Yeah.
You know, I have a bunch of decals from Viking ships.
Yeah.
The
That would
shield
probably.
colors.
Yep.
I'll let you look at. I'll send you a picture of them, and if you want them, you can have them.
Yeah, you have to show Audrey. You have to friend Audrey on Facebook and show her that Viking ship you offered her. If she wanted to do one.
Yeah, we can do
You're
that.
you're in Idaho, you said?
Iowa. He's in Iowa.
Iowa.
Iowa, good old corn country.
He's in Iowa.
Yeah, I have to come up and visit you.
So now, let me hit this.
Does she have a Viking ship, or she need one?
No, she doesn't have anything. She has all my stuff.
I can, if you need a Viking ship, I'll send her one. I'll send her the Revell.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one, and then I can walk her through it. You know.
Yeah.
That's a good one to start with. Yeah.
Yeah, the Revell. The Heller is good too.
Is the Revell a rebox of the Heller? Or?
No, the Revell's their own. That's actually Revell was taken off to the Osprey. When they found that in Denmark, and it's more accurate portrayal of a Viking ship than the Revells are.
Oh, is it?
I mean, I'm sorry, than the Heller is. It came off the when they dug up all the Viking ships that were used they were buried. They used the drawings from that to do the Revell kit.
Okay.
Do I have one here? I can get one. I may have one downstairs. I had a Viking phase where I did 4 ships.
Yeah, I remember you had one that you had done when I met you at the Nationals that one year, and you had one entered.
Yeah, I did one, but and if she want, does she know how to sew?
Oh, for the scale.
Well,
My mom does.
I can send her the right material too.
Hey Steve, that looks cool, man. That's nice. Now Audrey put tufts on hers. Let me see hers.
Yeah, I have some on mine also.
I can't see. Oh, look at that. That's a nice. Okay, I see the orange is the tufts, right?
Yeah, the yellow and
these cameras. You know how these cameras are.
yeah, they're just those ones you buy at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, that looks good though. You did a great job, Audrey. That looks awesome.
Thank you.
That's a nice. You did good on that base there, Steve.
Thank you.
All right, Michael, Leslie, what you got, Mr. Lang? Hold it.
Yeah.
Tilt it. Tilt.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. The lights. There you go. Take that light away a little bit. Sweet. Nice. All right, Jerry, your turn. Mr. Just Paint It. I think he walked away.
It came out pretty good too.
Yeah. He's a hell of a painter. He paints pretty good. All right. So I'm going to let this sit. I'm going to go ahead and what I'll do is I'll take some of that burnt umber and I'll use a liner brush, and just in these tight corners here, I'll put a drop of it and I'll just run it down the bottom, inside. But that's about it. There's really nothing else I can do to this base. anything else? I mean, yeah, I could add tufts and all that, but I think I like the way this looks.
Yeah,
So,
looks great.
yeah, and then like I said, the base itself, when you guys are looking at it, people are looking at it, once you put your figure on it and you lay your figure on it like that, then you'll see the full effect of how everything looks, just like that. Now, of course, he doesn't have his arms on, but yeah, that's the way he's gonna look. So I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna whitewash. Once this is dry, I'll hit it with a clear and I'll whitewash some of that, just a little bit, because some of that red from that water bled into that. But I can whitewash that. But I want to wait till this is dry to do it, because I don't want to peel paint while I'm doing it. But yeah, this was a good idea,
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that paint peeling off of there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I want to thank everybody that stayed with us and watched. We were up, down, but most of the guys in the chat, they stuck with us. Thank you all for sticking with us. Now, these guys are done for the most part. They're finished. So in the next week or 2 weeks, we're going to start. Let me put it back on me. We're going to start working on this one. There's 3 pieces: the hat, the body, and the hand. So I know quite a few of the guys got this one here. Excuse me. This one's gonna be fun. There's not a lot of skin tone to this, just here, and back here where her blouse fits, and then her arm right here. And then a little bit right inside there. But not on her neck. But her face, you can paint it any way you want. You can paint it flesh tone. I'm painting it white.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to do too, the white.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, we'll paint it the white. And that'll give it the effect that we want. She's got that Day of the Dead look to her.
Yeah.
And then I don't know yet, but I might like do spider webs on her. Like here.
Ooh.
Down here, up here. Up around the eyes. We'll see.
Well, she already has the mouth.
Yeah, the mouth's already got that. Yeah, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But and she's pale, so you don't. The good thing about this is if you're doing the skin tone on this, you don't have to worry about like muscle tone and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just flat, so you do a nice skin tone on that, because that's not going to be the focus of her. The focus of her is when you're looking dead at her.
Yeah.
So
those lines on her lips, you don't remove those?
Oh no, leave those on there.
Well, too late now.
You removed them?
Well, I thought they were just little support things.
No, they're stitches.
Oh.
No more stitches for you.
No soup for me, I guess.
Well, that's okay. I mean, if you sanded it smooth, you can always paint lines there if you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are supposed to be stitches. Like her mouth is, she's stitched up there.
Oh, okay, because they were right in the middle, 2 little lines that were like.
Oh, you're talking about in her mouth. You're not talking about on her cheeks.
Oh no, just in the mouth.
No, those come off. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Those come out. Those are the supports inside the mouth. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah, you get stitches, man. So, hey, guys, again, thank you. Thanks. I want to thank everybody for watching. We'll be off next week, but the week after that, we're going to start with La Chara, and we're going to go to town on her. She's going to be fun to paint, guys. In the meantime, with these guys here, I'm going to sit down there. Let me switch my camera. Sorry, let me switch my camera around. Oh, I forgot I had it pointed down. I'll have what I'm going to do is I'm going to for the guys, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to go through the paints that I'm going to use on her. If you got something similar to it, you can use it. Or if you want the same paint, but I'm gonna sit down maybe tonight or tomorrow and get a list of what I'm gonna use on her, and then we'll go from there. On the snake, as there will be some of that Vallejo color shifting paint. I have the Space Dust, Galaxy Dust, and Magic Dust. I don't know which one I'm going to use yet, or if I'm going to use it, I might just paint it like a normal snake. We'll see, But the hair, of course, I will use some color shift paint in there. Maybe depending on the color, I'll probably go with the black again and just have like purple and pinkish highlights and stuff in there. But I'll have a list of that for the guys. But again, thank you everybody for watching. If you guys want to be a part of that, man, go to NY3D Creations. You can order that lachada there, and then just let me know when you guys want to go in.
Join us, man. Yeah,
it's fun, guys. I mean, you don't have to be a master painter. I mean, you got Jerry, you got myself, Steve. You got Michael Lang, Michael Wheaton. These guys can all paint. We're learning from each other and we're trading tips and tricks. I call it the way of the dragon because this is how I do it. You don't have to do it my way. It's not the best way. It's not the right way. It's not the wrong way. It's my way. Everybody has their own way of doing things. You guys have a great Saturday, man.
Don't forget the tip, coffee
Yep.
tip.
Oh, let me put that in there.
Yeah.
I have a. I don't like to do it. It embarrasses me to do it, but
why, man?
I don't know. It always does. It always has. So I have this right here at the bottom. Buy me a coffee. Here, let me put it in the chat here. If this was any help to you guys, and you like to see more of this, you can support me by whatever you can donate is fine. Also, don't forget thumbs up and like it, man. That helps with the algorithm. We can pass this on and we can do more of these. I'd like to get more female in here participation, get more people in there. So on behalf of don't forget, check out Just Paint It. I put the link in there. Just Paint It. Jerry's YouTube channel. The man can paint. Go check him out. Steve Sutton, Scale Model Kit Review. Don't forget to check him out on YouTube. And of course, you got Red Dragon Model Works. You guys have a great one, man. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.